Listen, I want you to lean in and really hear me, because we are talking about your money, the money you worked decades to save, the money that is supposed to be your security blanket in retirement. You've reached a point where you cannot afford to play games with your cash. You can't afford maybe, and you certainly can't afford to lose a single cent to a platform you don't understand. I get the question all the time, Susie, I have this Paysafe card, or I've got this prepaid balance, can I just move it over to my PayPal so I can actually use it to pay my bills or buy groceries? The short, honest answer? No. You cannot simply hit a button and turn Paysafe into PayPal. They are two entirely different companies, two different systems, and they do not like to talk to each other. Now, I know that's not what you wanted to hear. You're sitting there with a balance, and you feel stuck. You feel like that money is trapped in a digital silo. And when you feel stuck, what happens? Fear creeps in. You start worrying that you've wasted your money, or worse, you start looking for a shortcut. Let me tell you something right now, the shortcut is where the sharks live. If you go online and search for how to exchange Paysafe for PayPal, you are going to find dozens of websites and people on forums claiming they can do it for you. They'll tell you, just send us your Paysafe code, and we'll send the money to your PayPal account. Do not, I repeat, do not ever do that. Those are scammers waiting to pounce on people who are looking for an easy exit. They will take your code, they will take your money, and they will vanish into thin air. In retirement, your biggest job is to be the gatekeeper of your own wealth. You do not hand over your gate keys to a stranger on the internet. So, let's look at the reality of why you're in this position. Paysafe is a buy now, use now voucher system. It's designed for one-way transactions, mostly for entertainment or specific online vendors. It was never meant to be a bank account. PayPal, on the other hand, is a digital wallet tied to your banking identity. They have strict rules about where money comes from because they have to follow anti-money laundering laws. They aren't going to let you just dump an anonymous voucher into a verified account. If you have this money and you need it to be useful, you have to stop trying to force a square peg into a round hole. You have to be smart. The first thing you need to do is look at where you actually spend your money. Does your local grocery store take Paysafe? Probably not. Does your utility company? No. But there are major online retailers that do. Your goal isn't to convert the money, it's to utilize the money so you aren't dipping into your precious RMDs or your savings account for things you need. Check the Paysafe website for a list of authorized merchants. If there is something you were planning to buy anyway, maybe a gift for a grandchild or a specific piece of household equipment, use the Paysafe balance there. That frees up the cash in your bank account that you would have spent. That is how you convert money in a way that is safe and keeps you in control. If you absolutely must have that money in your PayPal account, the only legitimate way is the long way. You use the Paysafe card to make a purchase you already needed, or, if the merchant allows it and you have a Paysafe MasterCard, you use it like a standard debit card. But if you're holding a paper voucher, you are limited to their partner stores. I want you to take this as a lesson in financial clutter. In retirement, you want your financial life to be as clean and as simple as possible. You don't want bits and pieces of money scattered across 5 different apps, 3 different prepaid cards, and 2 different digital wallets. Every time you move money from one convenient app to another, you lose a little bit in fees, or you lose a lot of sleep wondering if the transfer went through. Here is your actionable takeaway. If you have a Paysafe balance right now, go to their official site today. Find a merchant you trust. Spend that balance on a necessity. Once that balance is zero, I want you to think long and hard before you put your money into a restricted ecosystem like that again. Your money needs to be liquid. It needs to be accessible. It needs to be in a place where, if there's an emergency, you can get to it without having to ask a search engine for permission. Don't let the fear of a trapped balance lead you into the arms of a scammer. Except that these two platforms don't shake hands, use the funds where they are accepted, and move your financial life back toward the simplicity and security you have earned. You've worked too hard to let a digital voucher give you a headache. Stand in your power, keep your money in verified, protected accounts, and stay safe.